Hello, my name is Stephanie Kane, and we're going to do another 30-minute flow for UNLV, a vinyasa flow. Coming down to your mat, coming into that child's pose. Disconnecting from everything else, checking in with your body. That toes are touching knees out to the side, and it is a practice of once your forehead comes down to that mat, nothing else matters. Taking that deep inhale, filling up your bellies, not just your chest. And then sigh that breath out loud with your mouth. Taking in one last deep inhale. And sigh that breath out loud with your mouth. Locking down your throat, finding that Ujjayi breath, that deep inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Finding the rhythm and the pattern of your breath. Maybe locking down the rest of your core, your bandha, the pelvic floor, the mula bandha. Drawing that floating rib cage upwards. Our awareness is to the inside of our bodies. Taking 3 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, you're igniting through those palms, walking them back up to your torso, curling up over those feet, and bringing that seat to your feet, drawing yourself all the way up. Taking those fingertips down to your mat. Inhale, rise. And then exhale your palms into your heart center. Take a moment here, set your intention for your practice, whatever brings you to your mat, to keep that in mind. Just honor, listen, and respect your body. Taking those palms to your forehead is sealing your practice. And then back down to your heart center. On your next inhale, blinking those eyes open, crawling back out into that tabletop, preparing for those cow-cats. On your next inhale, rounding out that stomach, taking that gaze up the sky. And then exhale into your cat. So flowing with your breath to movement, inhaling into your cows. And exhale into your cat. 2 more cow-cats, it's your breath to movement. After your last 2, just inhale into that tabletop. And exhale. On that next inhale, just draw out that right foot, making sure your hips are square to that mat. It's not open, square to that mat. Pointing out those toes and drawing 8 circles with your toes. And when you're done with that 8, take your circles in the opposite direction, drawing 8 more circles. And on that last one, inhaling that knee all the way up, trying to hook that foot on your left, drawing it all the way over. Push it all the way back, flowing with your breath. Inhale, rising back up. Taking that right leg all the way back out. Push through that heel. Then exhale, wrapping that right leg around your left again and push all the way back. Inhale, taking that right leg all the way back one more time. And then on that exhale, bringing that in. Pushing all the way back. Inhale, rise. Taking that right leg all the way back. And then exhale, place that knee onto your mat. Preparing for your opposite side. On your next inhale, taking that left leg out. Square your hips to the mat. Push to that heel, then point those toes. Drawing 8 circles with that toe. And when you're done with that 8, taking those circles in the opposite direction. And on that 8th one, drawing that left leg all the way in, getting it around that right knee and pushing back. Inhale, rise. Taking that left leg all the way back up. And then exhale, bringing that in. Hooking it around that right knee, pushing all the way back. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Bringing that left leg in. Pushing all the way back. Inhale, rise. Taking that left leg all the way back out. And then exhale, bringing that knee onto your mat. On your next inhale, curl up over those toes and pushing back into your downward dog. Once those heels meet that mat, bend that right knee, straighten that left, walk your dog out. And you're not in a jazzercise class, so just bend one knee into the other. Try to flow with your breath. One last deep inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, fully push back into your downward dog. If your heels are meeting that mat, maybe try to lift up those toes. And then on that next inhale, walk those palms back towards your torso, coming into that rag doll. Hinging from your waist, dropping the crown of your head to the earth, opposite palms to your elbows, swaying from side to side, not throwing your body around. Still maintaining that breath. Take one last deep inhale and exhale. Bring that ragdoll to a still, releasing those palms to your mat and crawling back out into that downward dog and fully push back into your downward dog. On your next inhale, leave that right leg in your mat or take it up in the air to slowly come into a high plank. Exhale back. Releasing that right foot onto your mat. Leave that left or inhale that left leg up, flowing with your breath, rolling into that high plank. And then exhale back into your downward dog. One more time on each side. Inhale that right, coming to your high plank. Exhale back to your downward dog. Left, high plank. And then exhale back to your downward dog, fully pushing back into that downward dog. On your next inhale, coming into that high plank. Finding your high plank, having your shoulders stacked over your wrists, that gaze out in front of you, taking in one last deep inhale here. And on that exhale, keeping those elbows at your side. Try to lower yourself down to that mat. Get your chin there first and then tuck your toes last. Baby cobras, inhale, rise, don't push into that palm, use those back muscles, take that gaze up to the sky, and with your exhale, come back down to your mat, flowing with your breath. Inhale, rise to your baby cobra. And then exhale, back down to your mat. One more time. Inhale, rise to your baby cobra. And then exhale to your mat. Inhale to that full cobra. Rounding out your spine, get those shoulders away from your ears. Gaze up the sky. And with your exhale, slowly lower yourself back down to your mat. On your next inhale, come into your upward facing dog or come into that cobra again. And exhale into your downward facing dog. Take a breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, taking that gaze to the top of your mat, step that right foot followed by your left. Come to a half lift, weights in your toes, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, forward fold, coming into your Uttanasana. And just taking a couple breaths here. You always take your palms, wrap them around your legs. Reminder, your poses are to look like yours and feel like yours, not mine. And just take one last deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale again to that half lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Planting those palms on the mat. Inhale, step that right foot back to your high plank, followed by your left. Drop to your knees if you need. On your next inhale, we chaturanga vinyasa. You inhale into a cobra, or your upward facing dog. And you exhale into that downward facing dog. Fully push back into that downward facing dog. Let's inhale, take that right foot forward to the top of your mat. Warrior one. You know what you're doing, go ahead and come to your warrior one. You align your heels, that back foot's coming at an angle. You align that front heel with that back coming all the way up. You find your warrior one. That pinky toe mound line is grounded into the back of your mat, and we try to get our hips squared. It's forward facing pose, not forcing anything. Palms to the sky. Taking in 2 more breaths in your warrior one. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, cartwheel your palms down that mat. Take that right leg back, high plank. Chaturanga vinyasa. You inhale into that cobra or your upward facing dog. And exhale into that downward facing dog. Fully push back into that downward dog. On your next inhale, take that left foot forward, warrior one, aligning your heels. You align your body to the best that you can, grounding that back toe into that mat. 9 degrees, 45, but that's for basic anatomy, and none of us are basic. Try to get those hips squared to the top of that mat. Taking in 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale. And on that exhale, cartwheel your palms down to that mat. Taking that left leg back. Flow with your breath. Chaturanga vinyasa. Inhale into that cobra, that upward facing dog. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Fully push back into that downward dog. On your next inhale, take that right foot forward again, finding that warrior one. Aligning your heels. Back toes into that mat, the pinky toe mound line. Find 3 points of contact. I always talk about your contact with the mat and find your foundation. Taking in one last deep inhale. And then exhale into your warrior two. Your hips are open. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, gazes over your front hand. Inhale, reverse warrior, flipping that right palm, coming all the way back. Exhale back into that warrior two, preparing for your extended side angle. Inhale, reach and lengthen, hinging from your waist, releasing that right palm on the inside of that right foot. You have that back foot grounded in your mat, so your hips stay stacked over one another, taking that left palm to the sky, or maybe even to the top of your mat, creating that long line of energy in your body. And taking 2 more breaths here, inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, taking that gaze down to your mat, flipping that right palm, coming all the way back. Exhale, back into that warrior two, preparing for your trikonasana, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Lifting up those toes. Hinge from your waist, reach and lengthen, and then pour it out like a teapot. Taking that right palm on the inside of that right foot, or if you have a block, grounding that back foot in your mat, and aligning your body the best that you can. And taking 2 more breaths here, inhale, and exhale. One last deep inhale, and exhale. Inhale, gaze down to your mat, flipping that right palm, coming back to that variation of reverse warrior. And we exhale back into that warrior two, bend that front knee, finding your warrior two. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, reaching through those fingertips, and just take one last deep inhale here. And exhale. On your next inhale, taking that right palm or left palm and foot to the top of your mat. On your next inhale, come to your chair. Come to that seat. Rotating those pinkies in, coming all the way up. What I want you to know about chair, who cares how far you come down into your chair. You honor your body by stopping where your body tells you to stop. Maybe lift up those toes, finding the 3 points of contact of your foot in the mat, that big toe mound, that pinky toe mound, and that heel toe mound. Maybe if you have lower back pain, try to tuck that pelvis under just a little bit. Just taking 2 more breaths in your chair. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale, and And then exhale, take those palms to your heart center, forward fold. Inhale to that half lift. Exhale. Forward fold, plant those palms to your mat, stepping that left foot back into your high plank, followed by your right. Inhale into your cobra or your upward facing dog. And exhale into that downward facing dog. And fully push back into that downward dog. Inhale that left foot forward, finding your warrior one. Coming all the way up behind those heels. Try to get those hips squared at the top of your mat. Taking in one last deep inhale. And then exhale, come find that warrior two, cartwheeling that right palm underneath. Those hips are open, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale, reverse warrior. Flip that left palm, coming all the way back. Exhale, back into that warrior two. Extended side angle, inhale, reach and lengthen, hinging from your waist, releasing that left palm on the inside of that left knee. Or you can always have that left elbow onto your knee. If that doesn't work, that is again how you honor your body. Taking in 2 more breaths here. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, taking that gaze down to your mat. Flip that left palm, coming all the way back. Exhale, back into your warrior two. Trikonasana, straighten that front leg and lift up those toes, protect your knee. Hinge from your waist. Releasing that left palm on the inside of that left foot. Don't let that foundation go. What's going on with your hips? Keep that back foot stacked, or keep your back foot rounded into the mat so your hips stay stacked. Taking in 2 more breaths in your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, gaze down to your mat, flipping that left palm, come all the way back to that variation of reverse warrior. Exhale, back into your warrior two. Take 1 last deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, cartwheeling that right foot and palm to the top of your mat. Come find that chair. Pinkies are rotated in, reaching up those fingertips. And just taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And then on that exhale, palms to your heart center, forward fold. Inhale to that half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Taking 2 breaths in your forward fold. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, let's roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. And throw up your shoulders. Untucking that chin. Coming into that Tadasana. Lift up your toes. So you have that pelvic floor, which draws your floating ribcage upwards, your bandhas. It's a powerful pose. Just take 1 last deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale those palms to the sky. And then exhale into your heart center. Inhale, we're going to take that right foot back about 3 feet. Again, you're going to have to find your pose. Take that right foot back about 3 feet, drop down to that right knee. Here, we do not get frustrated. All you can do is ask your body to try. Let's see if I can even make this. So you're going to find that balance, get that left foot out a little bit. So here, you lift up that right foot. You can always keep that right foot onto the mat and curl your toes up if you need that boost. So here, we're going to either reach your arms forward, we're going to come up, try to come up off that, on that left foot, take it all the way up, extend that foot out, and then bring it back. Coming all the way down, untuck those toes. And again, finding that, again, lift up that right foot off that mat. Try to come forward. It's kind of like a pistol squat. Reaching that right leg all the way up, and then taking it back for 1 one more time, and you have this. Tuck those toes. Remembering, you can always keep those toes in your mat. That'll boost you up, coming all the way up. Bring that knee up. Extend that leg out. Bringing it back. And release that right foot onto your mat. And take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Trying for that opposite side. Inhale that left leg back. Find your foundation, dropping down that left knee. Untop those toes. Always have your palms out in front of you. Trying to get yourself up on that next inhale. Maybe lift up that left foot, coming all the way up. And then extend that left leg out. Bringing it back. Dropping down to that left knee. Untop those toes. Remembering we're not in a hurry. Maybe lift up that left foot again. Try to come up onto that right leg. Remembering nothing is perfect. Not even me. But God knows. Extend that left leg all the way out. And then bringing it back for one last time. Dropping down that left knee and top those toes. Inhale. Maybe lift up that left foot, coming all the way up. Extend that left leg out. And then release it back to your mat. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, chaturanga vinyasa. Place those palms in your mat. Step back, jump back with suspension, coming into that high plank. Inhaling into your cobra or your upward facing dog. And exhale into your downward facing dog, fully pushing back into that downward dog. Just take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, let's try to reach that right palm back to that left ankle. And I teach it, if you cannot make that connection, don't mess up the foundation. You reach and lengthen, create that space. Maybe if you make that contact, take that gaze underneath your left arm. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Release that right palm back to the top of your mat and fully push back into your downward dog. Inhale, taking that left palm, reaching back for that right ankle. Maybe exhale, taking that gaze underneath that right armpit. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. We're going to release that left palm back to the top of your mat and fully push back into that downward dog. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Dropping down to that tabletop. And exhale. Coming into that frog. I love doing extra hip openers. So, taking those toes to touch. Knees out to side. You can always turn sideways on your mat, keeping your knees protected. You only go out as far as your body will allow. And again, your pose is not to look like mine. It feels like yours, and do what feels good to your body. Your seat is not by your feet. We have it up here, releasing those toes to the side. You stay up here in your palms, or maybe lower yourself down to that mat to your forearms. And again, just because we're not moving around, do not let that mind wander. You are on a date with yourself, paying attention to your body, taking those breaths. Inhaling through your nose, and exhaling through your nose. We will talk. Yoga is designed to help all 12 of your systems. It is absolutely that breath combined with the postures. That breath is scientifically based to lower your blood pressure, your heart, your central nervous system, getting all the oxygen throughout your body, to the little nerve endings that do not get it because we shallow breathe all day long. Helps you to focus. And we're just taking 5 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Making sure those exhales match those inhales. We have 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Coming out of your frog, be mindful of not putting that pressure on your knees. You came down to your forearms, you come back up to your palms, and we push up through our palms, drawing our knees back onto our mat, coming back into that tabletop. If you turn sideways, coming back to your mat, counterposing what we just did. Inhale, taking that right leg out to the side, and then drawing 3 circles with that knee all the way around and out. Placing that knee down to your mat. And then counterpose on the opposite side, taking that left knee out, flex your feet, draw circles with that knee all the way around and out. And when you're done, just placing that knee back onto your mat. Come to that tabletop. Then walk those palms back towards your torso, taking those feet out to that right side. And then drawing your feet all the way out in front of us, coming to like a staff pose. So again, you have that pelvic floor, draws your floating ribcage upwards like you're doing that crunch. You place your palms beside you, flexing your feet. Inhale, lift up that right foot, and only go as far as your body will allow, pushing through that heel. And then exhale back down to your mat. Inhale, rise, lift up that left. Exhale, back down to your mat. Inhale that right. Exhale, down to your mat. Inhale that left. And exhale, back down to your mat. Inhale that right leg, grabbing that with your right palm. And maybe inhale that left leg, grabbing that with your left. Drawing your legs in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more breaths. You have this. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. On the exhale, taking those feet, bring them as close to your torso as you possibly can. Rounding out your spine, take that forehead down to your knees. Wrap your arms around your legs. And just take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, releasing yourself from that ball. And then on that next breath, we're going to lower ourselves down to that mat. So you can have your palms out the side. Make sure you're not dumping in your spine. Lengthen through your spine. You always use your palms to bring yourself down to that mat. And then once you come down to that mat, inhale those knees into your chest. Flexing through your feet, creating that ball of energy. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale here. And exhale. We're going to inhale. Keep that right leg to your chest, releasing that left knee out to the floor, or that left leg. Maybe you keep that here, you take that knee out to your right side. Maintaining that breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths, inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, releasing that right leg back in the center, drawing that left to meet it. Palms are out to the side, facing up. On an exhale, release your knees over to that left side, not allowing that right shoulder blade to come up. So So maybe those knees make it to your mat, maybe they don't. You can close your eyes here, take that gaze over to your right. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale that head, that gaze back in your center, drawing those knees into your chest. Flexing through your feet. Wrapping your arms around your legs. Now on that next inhale, we're going to release that right leg out in front of us, keeping that left knee to your chest. And just taking in 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale that left knee to your chest, the center, rising that right leg to match. Palms out the side, shoulder blades plugged in that mat, and on that exhale, drape those knees over to your left side. Right side, sorry. Keeping that left shoulder blade plugged into your mat, taking that gaze over to your left. You can close your eyes here, keep them open, it's your practice. And just take 3 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take that 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take your head, your gaze back to the center. Exhale, draw those knees back into your chest, flex your feet, wrapping your arms around your legs, create that ball of energy. Inhale all the way out, reach and lengthen over your mat, hover like a starfish, and then exhale back into your ball of energy. Flex through your feet, forward to your knees, wrap your arms around your legs. Inhale all the way back out. Exhale back into your ball of energy. 1 more time. Inhaling all the way out, reach and lengthen. And then exhale back into your ball of energy. Inhale all the way out, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, slowly melt into your mat for your Shavasana. Staying here. Maybe come to that fetal position on either side. Drawing your knees to your chest. You can stay here, meet me at the top of your mat. Taking your palms to your heart center. May you have strength to endure the pain, wisdom to think things through, and courage to face the future. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you, and I humbly appreciate you. Let me guide you in your practice. Namaste. And thank you for coming to class.